It's March and time for a new episode of Here and There. We'll be joined this month by Stefanie Brazile, Kim Williams, and Miss Conway, Anna Brandon. They'll be in the studio with us to talk about the 501 Life magazine, the March issue of that, everything going on in downtown, which there is a lot going on in downtown, and what it's like to be Miss Conway. We'll talk to those ladies about that here in the studio. We'll also be joined by Levi, Gilbert, and Tim Roach, the voices of 5 Sports. They will preview the Diamond Sports for this spring by talking to the Lady Cats softball head coach, Chata Hickey, and the Wampus Cat baseball head coach, Leighton Hardin. That's all coming up next on Conway Corp. Welcome back to Here and There. It continues now with our friend Stefanie Brazile. Stefanie is the editor and co-owner of 501 Life magazine. She's with us each month. We love having her on. The March issue of the magazine is entitled Faith, Friends, and Family. Tell us what we'll find in the magazine.
So many stories that are going to inspire you about people's faith or how they reach out to their friends and are there for them. And then also we highlight some families. And we highlight a couple of ladies in this magazine who are one is like 92 and the other is 100 years old and still very much a vital part of their family, still live in their homes. And so lots of wonderful stories in this issue.
I know that we're also talking in this issue about something to do as a family, and that's to go down to North Little Rock. And tell us about I Am.
Yes, it's a drama focusing on Easter that tells the story of the life of Christ. And that's held every other year at the First Pentecostal Church of North Little Rock.
Okay.
And they normally seat 15,000 people over a couple of weeks for this performance. But this year they have expanded seating, so 20,000 people can go to this. And that's why I want to tell your viewers about it, because it's like $10 for general seating, and it's phenomenal. They have 400 people who will perform in this who are church members, children, through all ages, a 50-voice choir. They have live music. They have live animals like camels.
Okay.
It's wonderful. And so I would just want to share that with people and hope they will consider going out if they just want to watch the life of Christ. I will say it's a little graphic, I think, for younger kids. Okay. Personally, I wouldn't have taken my children before they were about 10 years old.
Okay. Very good advice.
It's wonderful.
I love this next story. It's the UCA chaplain, and I've known Ryan for a while and the work that he does with the athletes that are there. It's a very cool story. I'm glad he's being featured.
Yes, Ryan Longinus and his wife Mary are really devoted to helping the players at UCA, the football players specifically. Yeah. So he played football for UCA years ago. Then he felt called to be a missionary. And so he feels like God has just brought him full circle because he is the director of player development for UCA, but he's also the UCA collegiate representative for the Arkansas chapter of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Okay. It's a mouthful, but basically he's like the chaplain for the players. But every Wednesday evening, he and Mary invite all the players into their home, and they usually have about 15 to 25 guys come. They feed them supper. They do a Bible study with them. But Nathan Brown, the coach, he played with Ryan back when Ryan was there. Okay. And he brags on him and says that he is a person who is going to help these young men reach their peak development. And he loves having him as part of his professional team there. He even travels with the team.
Yeah. Well, I know that being a part of any sports team or any program like that is so much more than just the time that you're there. Yeah. They're developing those young men to be husbands and fathers and grandfathers and employees years down the road. So very, very cool. The Daffodil Days, the daffodils are beautiful right now anyway, but the art contest is happening.
And I just want to mention this one last time because April 1st is the deadline for people to bring in that art. It's for Faulkner County kids, kindergarten through 12th grade. And we have all the guidelines in the magazine, but it's very simple. They can draw, they can photograph. They just have to include daffodils in their art. So encourage them to participate and bring it to my office. Turn it into me.
Okay, very good. Downtown,
yes.
501 Life magazine offices. Emma Vint is our Youth of the Month. Amazing story.
It is.
Yeah.
She's really special. She attended Compass Academy, and Emma has some disabilities that some people would really let that limit their lives. She has not. Yeah. So she does have autism, and Emma is legally blind and has trouble with her central vision. Emma is also creative. She is positive. She's driven. And with the help of her mom, last year she started a business called Monarch Sublimation. Butterfly is her emblem there.
Okay.
And so a lot of people know where we see names put on things, messages on paper, cups, shirts, and all. It's really amazing that she is so driven to develop this business, and she's still a part of Compass Academy, even though she's technically graduated.
Okay.
And through that, she also volunteers. They go out to different nonprofits in our community and volunteer and help. So I think it's a wonderful story and really highlights the work of that school as well.
Yes. If you need a pick me up, if you need a little lift, that'll be a good one to read for sure. If you need a reminder of what it's like having kids, Tyler and Ashley Roberts, goodness, they've got 3 little girls, triplets.
Yes.
Okay.
So, we have loving life photos in our magazine. And I discovered this story because Ashley, a mother of triplet daughters, sends in a photo of she and her husband with these little baby newborn girls. They still had the tubes in their nose at that point, and they, because they were a little small, but they're all fine.
Yeah.
And so she sent it in. So you take a picture with the magazine, any copy, and you send it in to us, and we run that. So I reached out to her, and we just had a lot of questions like, did you expect this?
Yeah.
No, they didn't. Distant multiples in her family, and his grandfather was a twin. So it's like, surprise.
Yeah.
You're going to have triplets. So they were married 5 years without kids, prayed for kids, and God gave them 3 little girls. They're lovely. Savvy, Macy, and Gracelyn Roberts. You can meet them in the magazine.
Very good. All right, Stefanie, thank you as always. Appreciate
Thank you for having me.
No?
Express yourself with beautiful custom jewelry from Brooks Fine Jewelry.
Come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and take a look at some of the new products that we offer. We have a new extensive line of men's watches, and we invite all those watch crazies out there that want to come in and take a look. They're here for you to look at and try on. As a full-service jewelry store, we offer hand engraving and laser engraving for just about anything you can imagine. So come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and visit with us. We look forward to seeing you.
Brooks Fine Jewelry, your jewelry makers in downtown Conway.
Here and There continues now, and a friend of the show and a friend of Conway, Kim Williams, is with us. She's the executive director of the Conway Downtown Partnership. We're going to talk about a lot of things going on downtown, including not really a once-in-a-lifetime event, but kind of a once-in-a-lifetime event for a lot of us with the Eclipse.
Oh my
coming up
gosh, yes.
in a couple of weeks. But before we get to that, let's just talk about downtown overall. What's going on? What's new?
We are excited. In the last couple of years, we've really put an emphasis on public art and those amenities that, are really driving people to, want to come downtown and visit and stay longer. So currently we have 2 murals that are being worked on. One right now, as a matter of fact, on the side of Royal We over on North Street. And that's going to be a kind of like basically natural native species type mural. It's kind of similar, kind of echoes what you see on the butterfly wall, with the pollinator mural and all that. So it's just kind of an homage to that, but then, something that speaks more to Conway just specifically. And then later this spring, or hopefully in the next couple of weeks, you'll see the Greetings to Downtown, or Greetings to Conway mural coming alive on the old art building on the north side of that building. So we're very excited about those 2 additions.
What I love about the murals is that it changes the canvas of a downtown.
Oh, yes.
All of a sudden you think about, as you're talking about that, well, yeah, of course that building would be perfect for that, or that building might be perfect for that.
Yes, it's very interesting to drive around and to go, oh, this is perfect. So that's a fun part of what we get to do is try to reimagine those walls, those blank walls with, something that will, not just be a blank wall, but, obviously bring some interest in things.
Yes. What about other businesses or restaurants?
Yes.
We've always got new stuff happening.
Well, we've had several new businesses within the, the past few months. 3 Poppies open. We had the Glazing Pottery Studio. We've got 13th Barbershop over on Van Ronkel. And then just recently announced we had the, Seven Oaks.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
That will be going in there in the Halter building. So we're very excited about that addition. Just bring another, opportunity, another, choice to downtown as far as dining and everything. So
I love it. And that place looks really exciting. I know that the folks that are going to bring that to town really love Conway.
Yes.
And so we're excited to have them be a part of downtown. So the events that are coming up, we mentioned briefly, obviously the Eclipse is happening the first part of April, April 8th. And
Yes.
The preparations have been going on for a while.
Exactly.
So where have y'all landed?
Well, the Chamber and the Downtown Partnership is partnering with UCA on all the things that they're doing, and they've got things going on all this month in, leading up to the actual Eclipse. But, as far as downtown, that weekend prior to the Eclipse is where we are really going to be concentrating, because that's, most travelers and visitors will be coming in, either that, sometime that weekend, we feel.
Yeah.
So that Friday night, Conway Art Walk is the second one of the year. We'll be going on anyway. We'll have the 25-foot Luna inflatable sculpture will be downtown for that.
Okay.
So we'll be excited to have that. And then Saturday, we're calling it Saturday Promenade. Just encouraging, people to come out and, enjoy downtown, walk around, eat, shop, do all those things, and, take in some of the public art that we have and do some of the things that, is available in downtown. See the new park on Markham Street. There's a lot to, that can be done passively without actually spending any money at all in downtown. But we do want you to spend. No.
As an aside.
Yes. But so anyway, and then Sunday is an event. We're calling it the event, or the Eclipse Eve.
Okay.
Eclipse event. Yeah.
Okay.
So that day we're encouraging all of our merchants and restaurants that aren't normally open to be open on that Sunday, and then stay open as long as they want, because there'll be people. We feel that the majority of people that are going to be coming in will be coming in on Sunday.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and the likelihood for not only downtown businesses, but really the entire community to put our best foot forward for a lot of people who may have never experienced Conway before.
Right.
Likelihood is they're going to come back.
Yes. And, nobody knows how many people we are going to see, but we feel that with Conway's, with UCA and Hendrix both, doing all kinds of really neat lectures and exhibitions, and they've got people from NASA going to, all the things. There's so much. I would definitely go to their websites for all the details there. But just being a part of it, just if you've never even seen a partial eclipse, this will completely blow people.
Yeah, no, this is really going to be cool. It's really going to be cool.
Yeah.
Where do people go to get more information about anything going on downtown?
Well, they can go to the downtownconway.org.
Okay.
And that brings them, to my website, and then all the events and everything will be listed there. And if they want to enjoy a newsletter, they can also sign up for that there as well. So,
Highly recommend.
Yes.
Highly recommend. There's always lots of really great and there are things I feel like I'm pretty well connected to downtown. Our offices are downtown. I drive through all the time, but I always learn something in the newsletter that I wasn't aware of. Okay, we've had you on before.
Right.
I've known you for a while, but I've never asked you this question. Other than Conway's downtown, what are some of your favorite downtowns?
Well, that's kind of like picking your one child over another, So, as I said earlier, Eureka Springs has always had a place in my heart, because, I'm from Northwest Arkansas, a town very close to there. And, my hometown of Berryville, kind of inspired me to do what I'm doing now. So kind of those two towns.
Okay.
But then an aspirational downtown that I just actually visited recently was Duluth, Georgia. And they are using economic development to, in a different way, to really rebuild their downtown and attract people to not only come downtown to, for business, but to live and all those things. So it was very neat to see how there are, different ways that people do, attract.
Well, I know when we travel, when my wife and I travel, we always make our way to a downtown. And so I love that so much has been done. And I know you've led the efforts for so long to make sure that our downtown is a place that people want to come to.
Well, we've been very fortunate. We've got a very, very strong, retail core. We're actually going to be hosting the Missouri Main Street directors and their board members in April as well. So April's going to be busy. Yeah. So yeah, we're excited.
Well, cool. Well, thank you for being here again, and look forward to visiting with you next time.
It's great to see you.
You too. Thank you, Kim.
The reason I nominated my mom is because I have gotten to witness the things that she's been through in her life, how she's mentored us, other people, how she's given back.
I have to say it was just a really fun interaction. She has a great sense of humor and a really contagious laugh. It was just joy all around. So I just want to say we really appreciate you.
Here and There continues now. We are joined by royalty. Miss Conway is with us. It's Anna Brandon. She is going to be competing in the Miss Arkansas pageant. And that comes up in just a couple of weeks. It's actually in June 8th to the 15th in Little Rock. And so, Anna, thank you for being here.
Hello.
So tell everybody about yourself. I assume, I think I know this, you're a Conway girl.
Yes,
All
so
right.
I'm from Conway. I moved here when I was 12. So I go to the University of Central Arkansas. I'm a freshman, double majoring in journalism with a broadcast emphasis and theater.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So all these cameras and everything, this is nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. But
I've done this a long time, but I'm just a guy at the Conway Corp. Well, so tell me about your interest in pageants. Is this something that's new, or have you done this for a while?
It's pretty new.
Yeah.
I've started about a year ago, January 28th, 2023. That was my first official pageant.
Okay.
It was so fun to do, and I just kept going until I won Miss Conway.
So what led you to want to do that?
I saw Ebony Mitchell. She was Miss Arkansas 2022, and I really just loved her platform and her being an inspiration to younger girls. And so I was like, I want to do that. And so I literally did.
Yeah,
I
Ebony's
DM'd her
awesome.
too, and I was like, hey, do you have any tips or anything? So yeah.
That's a nice resource to have, and she's wonderful. She's a wonderful lady.
Yeah.
So I know one of the main things about pageants are your platform. It gives you a great opportunity to have something that a cause that you really champion. So what is your platform? Tell us about that.
So my platform is Arts for All, empowering youth to discover their part in the arts. And so Arts for All is to raise awareness for underrepresented youth in the performing arts industry. Minorities specifically are typically underrepresented. So with the stimulation of a creative outlet, not only do education levels rise, but students gain social and emotional learning, healthy habits, and for me, the most important thing was confidence on stage.
Yeah. And that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Because whether it's confidence on stage or confidence in a job interview or when you're meeting your future in-laws, maybe, I mean, you never know when you're going to want to be confident in that situation. Where did your interest in the arts come from?
So actually, it was my 8th grade theater teacher, Johnny Passmore. He is one of the directors at Red Curtain Theater, and he wanted me to do a play, and so I did. And ever since, I've been doing it since about the 8th grade.
Okay. Well, favorite play or musical? Which is your favorite?
So I was Belle in Beauty and the Beast. That was my first lead. I learned so much about Belle, and I gained so many friends, and that was my favorite role. And I love the yellow dress.
Yeah.
So.
Well, good luck to
Thank
you.
you.
I know there's a lot going on with this, and so are you nervous? Are you excited about?
I'm definitely excited.
Miss Arkansas?
Yes, this is my first time going to Miss Arkansas, so I'm definitely excited. A little overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But most definitely so excited.
All right, so let's say people want to follow along the journey.
Yes.
Because it's definitely going to be a journey. How do they do that?
So follow me at Miss Conway 2024 on Instagram.
Well, before I let you go, I want to give you the chance to look into that camera and thank anybody who's helped you get to this point, because there's more points to get to, but who's got you to this point?
So I would definitely say my dad, and I would say my Aunt Kim and my pageant coach, Skylar Long. They have been a huge support, and also my church.
Huge support there.
Yes,
Absolutely.
my church is like, she's Miss Conway, we're going to take her
All right,
away.
well, which church is it?
Greater Pleasant Branch Baptist Church.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And let's have you on again at some point, okay?
Yes,
Let's
of
talk more
course.
about what you're doing. It's exciting. Thank you for being here, Anna.
Thank you.
Express yourself with beautiful custom jewelry from Brooks Fine Jewelry.
Come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and take a look at some of the new products that we offer. We have a new extensive line of men's watches, and we invite all those watch crazies out there that want to come in and take a look. They're here for you to look at and try on. As a full-service jewelry store, we offer hand engraving and laser engraving for just about anything you can imagine. So come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and visit with us. We look forward to seeing you.
Brooks Fine Jewelry, your jewelry makers in downtown Conway.
The spring sports season on Channel 5 Sports begins soon, and we're joined now by Conway softball coach Chata Hickey to preview her Lady Cats. Coach, as we record, you're just a few days away from opening the season. You had a really young squad last season. How have they developed over the last year, and what's the makeup of this year's team?
Well, thank you for having me. This is a learning curve for us. We were young as far as the amount of kids we had. We were freshman loaded. They didn't see as much playing time. We were young in the circle. Sylvia is now a sophomore, and she'll lead the way again this year for us. But we had to replace a lot of key position players after graduation. So we're going to be sophomore. I call them the super sophomores because we're sophomore heavy in the field this year. We've got Talia Augustine's going to start for us over at third. We've got Shelby Brock, who will do dual duty at first base, and she'll do some pitching details as well. Jen Carrington's going to, hold the fort down behind the plate for us. And then our outfield hasn't changed that much from what we're used to. Breland Conley's been a 4-year starter. She's back out in the outfield. Aubrey Webb split some time there last year. She'll be in the center field. And we'll take Megan Wilson at left field. So a lot of them, this is their first varsity experience. We've moved Amory Standridge from the outfield in at short this year. And she's got a cannon for an arm. And so we're just hoping to see some wisdom, even though they don't have a whole lot of varsity experience. They've been around a while, and they know how the program works.
So, Coach, when you look at the team, and given you've got a returning pitcher, what do you think is the strength of this team? If you had to focus on one area that you would say, yeah, this is where we're going to be really strong, what is that?
Our defense. Ella White is our anchor there at second. She's our team leader. She kind of controls everything. She keeps them calm. She keeps them focused. And our defense is going to be really solid. We've got the ability to have some small game action incorporated with our girls have really done well in the weight room this off season and getting ready, and we've gotten really strong. So I look to see a lot more, power hitting involved from what we're used to. So we're looking forward to that on the offensive side. But Sylvia's gained a lot of maturity and some calmness to her in the circle. It's a lot of pressure being a freshman and having to throw just about every inning of every game we played last year. So she's settled down a lot. She's gotten a little bit more confidence in what her abilities are. And she's added a pitch or two to her arsenal, and her speed has increased. So, I'll look for great things right there.
Oh, it's all sounding good to me. We'll begin our broadcast coverage with your conference matchup with Jonesboro on March 29th. Give us an overview of the 6A Central as a whole. I imagine it's still the usual suspects. And what are your expectations for your team in conference play?
It is the usual suspects. We're still down to 7, with the loss of Mount St. Mary's not staying with us. It's the same. Bryant, they're the defending 6A state champs. They're going to be tough. They've got still that strength in the circle that they had last year, and the ability to change speeds and change the pitchers out as they will. So they're going to be really tough. Cabot's always tough. They did graduate their ace in the circle, but Coach Cope always finds a way to get somebody else in there that does really well, and they hit the ball really well. A lot of the other schools have had some coaching turnovers and some player turnovers, and I'm not sure. I figure North Little Rock will still be pretty decent. They've got a new coach there who's been around softball for years, so he's not new to the game. He's just new to this team. Jonesboro's had some turnover. That they should be, all right. Central's right there with Jonesboro, and then we've got Southwest, who's got a new coach this year. So, it's hard to say. I think they'll be about where they were last year. So it's really going to be those top 4 that we'll be duking it out with.
Yep, usual suspects. Coach Hickey, thanks for your time. When we come back on Here and There, we're going to hop over to the other diamond and preview Wampus Cat baseball with Coach Leighton Hardin.
Gamer Gab.
Ashton likes to steal quite a bit.
It's
like
too
she's kind of
soon
a
for this.
kleptomaniac. So, what do you think that says about her as a person. I might steal a lot, okay? I'll admit it. But what I don't do, I don't murder people. I mean, unless they get in my way of stealing.
It is a virtual environment, so there's the opportunity to do some things you might not normally do.
Go.
Welcome back to Here and There. Joining us now, Wampus Cat head baseball coach Leighton Hardin. And coach, as we record, your season's just gotten underway. You're replacing a lot of seniors off last year's squad. How has your team responded to that challenge?
I think the best part of it is, this is year 4 of us being here. The program's really stayed the same. So the 5 seniors we have this year have done a very good job of leading our younger group of kids. We are extremely young this year. You have 5 seniors, 5 juniors, and then 30 sophomores and freshmen. So there is a lot of newness to who we are, which will lead to probably some growing pains as we go. But it's a good group of kids. We've got a talented group of kids that works hard, and they're doing things the right way, trying to learn. So, we look forward to a good year this year.
So as you look at this team, when you talk about the mix that you have, it's kind of interesting there, really light on the senior side and then heavy on the younger guys. What do you consider to be the strength of your team? And can you give us a few players to be on the lookout for this year?
I think, kind of the strength, we're always going to hang our hat on pitching and playing defense. We do that, we stay in the game and give ourselves a chance. And at the benefit game the other night against CAC, we did both really well after the first inning. We've still got quite a few returning players who have played a role in the past. Tucker Satterfield has come back for his senior year, and he started since he was a freshman. Preston Ribbing will be back to pitch. He pitched last year, played a big role for us. Will Thompson's back at first base. Braden Bramlett, another senior who's back. So you've got a lot of experience that's come back to mix in with some of those younger guys. And again, some of those younger guys played last year. Sean Cover, Max Holland played a big role on our team last year, and they're back for their sophomore year. So there's experience, even though we're young, there is experience, and there is an understanding of what the expectation is and how we play the game.
Now, Coach, our first broadcast with your squad will be Friday, Friday, April 5th against conference rival Little Rock Catholic. Tell us about how the 6A Central is shaping up again this year, and what are your goals for your Wampus Cats as you hit conference play?
6A Central is always tough. There's never an easy game. It's kind of one of the things I had to learn as we got here. After spring break, we really don't schedule any non-conference games just for that reason that we need to be ready for every conference game that comes up. Catholic's going to be a very good team. Bryant will be a very good team. Cabot's a very good team. Central will be a good team. They have some good arms. Jonesboro is a good team. So everybody's got a chance to beat everybody on any given day. Our expectations are always to compete at the highest level. That's not going to change no matter if we're young, old, experienced coming back or not. We think we should be able to compete year in and year out in this conference.
He's Wampus Cat head coach Leighton Hardin. And again, this spring, Conway Corp will be broadcasting 6 Diamond Sports specials, 3 softball and 3 baseball. And starting March 29th, it will be 6 straight Fridays of Diamond Sports here on Conway Corp. Coach, thanks for your time, and we can't wait to see what your boys do this year.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Express yourself with beautiful custom jewelry from Brooks Fine Jewelry.
Come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and take a look at some of the new products that we offer. We have a new extensive line of men's watches, and we invite all those watch crazies out there that want to come in and take a look. They're here for you to look at and try on. As a full-service jewelry store, we offer hand engraving and laser engraving for just about anything you can imagine. So come on down to Brooks Fine Jewelry and visit with us. We look forward to seeing you.
Brooks Fine Jewelry, your jewelry makers in downtown Conway.
All right, thanks for watching this episode. Thanks to our guests for being with us. Now, if you want to watch past episodes, go to our website, conwaycorp.com/here-and-there. You can also find a link there where you can send us ideas for future interviews if you have one of those. Thank you for watching.
You don't wake up thinking about internet speed.
electricity, reliability. Your mind isn't on advanced treatment facilities or customizable systems. You don't have to think about any of these things because we do. Conway Corp, always on.